Memorial Day, a time when we stop and we think, we pause, we remember about the sacrifice that was required so that you and I could have the freedoms that we do. To live in this land with the liberties that are provided for us came at a cost, a great cost. And over the course of this weekend, as many of us get ready to enter into summer and we think about cookouts and barbecues and picnics, there's another group of people, though, that are dealing with loss in a very real way. That the sacrifice hit close to home, and every day is Memorial Day for them. A couple days ago, I took my boys up to a ski jump in town, and when you climb up to this mountaintop scene, it's beautiful. You can just see for forever. And there's an observation deck on a little pier that you can walk out on. You can even climb the ski jump to see just around. But the main reason I took them there was because it's also the house of the Veterans Memorial. Of all of the veterans that are around. And I was following behind my boys. My oldest son had ran up a little bit to check out the memorial. And when I caught up to him, he was standing at full attention saluting something. My son's a Boy Scout, and he's been involved with 4th of July parades and Memorial Day ceremonies. He's placed the flags on the cemeteries of veterans, grave markers of the veterans. And he understands to a degree some of the significance of it. But when I finally got up beside him, I noticed that he was saluting the memorial for those who had died in combat, remembering those who had gave all. And I noticed that his lip was trembling as he was making a connection here. And finally he turned to me and just looked at me and said, "They died for me. They didn't even know me, and they died for me." We had a chance to think about that and to be amazed at that people who didn't even know us but would be willing to serve for us, sacrifice for us. We talked about how we honor them over this holiday weekend called Memorial Day, how we continue on their legacy to fight for the core values that they stood for, to defend the freedoms, to go after justice, to love mercy, to do the things that is right. It was a great conversation. At the end of it, he just turned to me again and said, "They didn't even know me." It's an amazing thing. What's even more amazing is when someone does know you, knows you completely, perfectly, knows everything you've done, and yet would still choose to die for you. There's no greater love than that. Every Memorial Day, I think about the soldiers who gave their lives, and I also think about Jesus who gave his life. Jesus who knows us perfectly, even in the depth of our sin, yet still chose us out of a deep love that we can't understand. I don't understand it myself. I don't get it, but I accept it. That his perfect life made it possible for you and for me to have a pardon on the table. That God's wrath was answered. That justice was served. And that I don't have to pay the penalty that was rightfully mine. That's beautiful. Every Memorial Day, we should stop and we should pause and we should give thanks to the soldiers who have made it possible by their sacrifice, even though they didn't know us. But we should also give thanks for the sacrifice that Jesus gave when he did know us. What a truth to live out of. What a great thing to celebrate. The pardon is open to all of us. The love is available to you and to me. The only question is what will we do? Will we continue on the legacy and live out of that? Or will we choose to go our own way? I hope you have a great Memorial Day. I hope you reflect and celebrate the freedoms that have been made possible to you by our soldiers. I also pray that you live out of the freedom made possible to you by Jesus. And the truth is for both of those that the closer that the significance of the sacrifice hits home, the more it'll play out in your life. Have a great weekend.